turn off the sound.
Hi guys, welcome to the Panzar Europe live stream. You are here with obviously Queen Bee and KillReal, the absolutely famous and probably most helpful developer we have here with the European community, and the only one who's willing to speak English on camera. So he's going to start telling you a bit about what's coming up in patch 34 and why we're doing it. And then we'll move on, of course, to talk about the update that happened this morning, and I will go into those details.
Sure. Hi everyone. So where to start with?
Wherever you want to start.
So unfortunately we have no opportunity currently to show you the game client itself, but there's a brief list of what we're going to publish in patch 34. So first of all we will change abilities and remove the delays from several classes, and basically
we've got the patch notes up here just to coordinate the whole thought process around what we're changing.
Yep, so there will be a new map, Mines of Cromholm. It'll be a new map, and I think we can...
You guys should know this. It's in the news. It's the Dwarven Mines. It's got 3 different levels inside the mines. We've changed the mechanisms a little bit. This might also, if it works out well, we might be changing Toxic Bay a bit. If you've played with me, you also know that I don't like Toxic Bay, so I would like that to change a little bit. So it promises to be pretty awesome. It's our only map that's actually in the undergrounds, but realistically I have no idea how they made that or what they were thinking when they thought we should modify these parameters of time a little bit.
Yeah, so the whole point is there's a control point on the map with a mechanism that moves itself randomly to a fixed amount of positions. So you can capture the mechanism, you can capture it the same way you can do it on King of the Hill scenarios or siege scenarios, and after some time spent on a certain position, control point moves to another positions, and both teams have to relocate to that very control point to fight for it in a different place. More than that, we have a video about this map, and I think we can show the video. Why not?
Is the video ready?
It's on Russian, but still there's an overview of the map.
Okay.
We can show it on stream.
I'll let you show that on stream because
okay.
I break things. This is why they wouldn't let me run the European tournament last week. I break a lot of things, and so apparently the tournament system is stable if you know what you're doing, but if you're me, I'm not trustworthy enough, and chances are if I broke the tournament system I'd break the game, and then you would have other things to complain about apart from patch 33.7. Oh, well, duh. Okay.
So we have a so I have a video here, and just a brief. I need a brief setting to scene 3, and I need a screen region for that. So do you have a scene 4 video so I can like make it full screen and capture the whole screen so everybody could see the video?
Add screen region.
Screen region just from one border? No, this whole screen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And now we have the screen with streaming
lessons with KillReal.
Yes, exactly. And now I can show you the video of a new map. It's on Russian, but sorry about that. However, you will be able to see the map before everyone else can see it. So that's the benefit.
Yes, as you can see, this is a great map. There is one giant Panzar logo in it.
Wow. Ah, it's not the map.
He's
Sorry.
just-
We have a... just one moment.
Really?
We have a link on Skype. Yeah. There you go.
So close this.
You close this and sound on.
So
And you'll see the map.
he's still learning to use the mouse. I have a very bad old mouse which looks like it came from the 90s. Mines of Cromholm in King of the Hill mode.
Not King of the Hill, it's new mechanism mode.
We've been calling it King of the Hill.
Okay.
And it's
Anyway, it's new regime that should be called flag defense.
New mode.
New mode. It's new map mode. Yes, it's like flag is always moving.
Now this looks like something I could go and kill some dwarves on. Just saying that because I can't play any of the dwarf classes, or pretty much anything apart from my eye switch. And even then I'm not very good.
Yeah, so that's the mechanism, and it transfers to different locations. Here it is. For some, it was very far. It's the ground level. As you can see, it's not an open map. It's a map that really underground. So yes, as you can see, we have decided to, for the first time in Panzar, where is the patch now? Yeah,
There.
for the first time in Panzar, we decided to make a map that will be underground with several levels, and I think in some short amount of time you will be able to see it in English. This promo.
Yeah, we'll be working on the translation.
In 2 weeks.
Yes, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the boss says it's in 2 weeks. So first change is this map. So wait for it. It will be available, I hope, in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks on public servers. Then general changes. Running uses less energy. So basically, running uses no energy at all now. So running uses the same amount of energy that you regenerate during times. That means if you sprint, your energy stays on its place. Your level, energy level, is on the same place as it was. And it's really kind of, you may think it's a gameplay breaking thing, but it's not, because we tried it, we played it, and yes, you can run permanently now, but it does not ruin the gameplay. It makes it more dynamic, and it removes upset situations when you cannot sprint after you made 2 or 3 power attacks.
I can never run. I always run out of energy and they kill me. But tell me, so if I understand correctly, and there's a lot of things I don't understand, you already know this, not a surprise. So if someone makes a power hit while I'm running past them, as an eye switcher generally die. There's a higher chances of killing someone with a power hit when they're running. Will this still work? Is this true?
No. It's when you run, you do not consume energy. That's it.
Yeah, but if I'm running past someone, an Inquisitor, and he makes a power hit, is that still the same?
It's still the same. He will catch you. He will.
So a lot of people are just gonna still die.
Yes, yes, and gameplay will not be broken, but you won't be upset anymore. Corrected difficulty on PvE map. Yes, there will be some difficulty corrections.
That's because none of you could play the really hard mode. You're just rubbish. What can I say? Too many complaints. It's too hard. There's no paladin. We don't have a tank. There's 3 elves. We had to make it easier for you.
Yeah, and I don't think it's even worth discussing, just a slight change in the database. Choice of PvE level dependent on level of character. And that's really a thing that needed to be done. Because there are situations currently when people, low-level players, try to select very hard difficulty on PvE, and the balance server tries to find party for them out of players the same level who requested PvE with the highest difficulty, which there are not.
Or very high level players like me who try to play on very easy because...
Yes, and the balancer tries to find another 5 high level players who also requested easy difficulty. So to avoid that from happening, we restricted the levels of PvE depending on your on the level of your player. So if you are first level player, you won't be able to select hard or very hard or etc. And if you are a 30 level player, you won't be able to play easy or maybe even medium or something like that.
Look how much thought they're putting into this. They think a lot about all these things. They don't just run around making these changes. They're all very, very precise.
Yes, and if you have any questions to me, please ask them in YouTube comments. Where
page
you...
1, third tab.
Third tab. Yeah. Oh my god, and guys, I can only read English, so please translate me.
There's nothing useful there.
Only
nothing useful. Les garçons, arrêtez de spammer les comments. Anybody who has useful questions, please come and post them. And I blame that's Clan Les Corbeaux, just so you know in the game.
15 people online.
So, also we have
It's
changed some abilities. Abilities for some classes have been changed a bit. We have removed delays that made you nervous, delays that really were not necessary, and actually the most major change is with Paladin. Paladin now no longer stops when he casts powders. So if you remember, when you cast a powder like healing powder, strength powder or mana, you stop. And it allows Inquisitor or Berserk to catch you while you're doing it. And now there won't be an opportunity to actually do something like it.
There is a question about battle efficiency.
Wizardrix.
Aha, Wizardrix now.
Question not from me, from YouTube page.
Okay, so what's the question?
It's wired. When I won the battle and I have got 4th place, I lose my efficiency. Why
when you play the battle and you lose your efficiency. Okay, so in example, you are in a team and your team wins, and you, as a part of that winning team, lose your efficiency. Why is that happening? It happens because your efficiency is calculated depending on an amount of useful actions that you have made in your team comparing to the whole team. So you can be, so if you are on 10th or 9th place in the winning team, you will lose your battle ratings, even if you won, because it's obvious that you were not useful. So, in example, yes, you are not
That's
useful
clear.
to your team.
I thought I was being rude, but that's just brutal. You're rubbish.
No, English is not my native language, so
No,
that's
it's
why
the
I'm
exact same
speaking
thing
like
in
a
Russian.
10-year-old boy.
Okay, but what if you're fourth place? What? Because it's the top three gain battle value, and the last three lose big battle value. Like
Not always
noticeable
lose.
amount.
Not always they lose. Sometimes they gain battle value. Because if 3 or 4 games before that you were on the first place and you gained your battle value a lot, and then you are on first place and you lose it, it's a normal situation. Because there are games where usually a party of 3 well-playing people do all the job. They do all the stuff, all the damage, they capture all the points, and the system compares your play in that particular game in this particular team, and system compares it to your previous games and makes a decision that in this particular scenario you were worse than you were several games ago, so that's when you lose your battle rating.
So, in summary, guys, you should be playing in groups and you should be practicing in groups so you're better, because obviously in public games, the only chance you will have to coordinate your attack and your game is if you know who you're playing with. In a public game, it's very hard to coordinate between people you don't know, and you won't see, you won't probably play a game with them 20 minutes later.
Yes. And if you want to gain your battle weight, you must be useful not only in the entire game, but in your team. Even if you win, or even if you lose and you are a useful player, you will gain your battle weight.
Player speaking, you can score 3 times in Sandstorm Temple and lose battle weight.
If you score 3 times in Sandstorm Temple, that's actually a very good question, because I assume we do not track whether it's you who scored. We track it for the whole team. So that's a good point. Thanks for that. I'll check it, and maybe if we do not track who scored, we will.
Well, yeah, because when you could, if you're the one carrying the ball to the goal, you're obviously not making the hits. So.
You're not making hits, exactly. You're not applying any buffs to.
This is something
the
we are
opponent team.
discussing.
Yes, we will discuss. Thanks for the point. It's actually a good point.
There are no useful questions there, so let's come back to these patch notes. Now, in short, if I'm to summarize for those who have just arrived, what we have done is you won't, when you run, you're not going to lose energy. And we've also reduced the time frame between when you cast a spell and when it becomes effective. So, for example, if you're a paladin, you don't have to stop to use your powders, so you won't stop and get axed in the back by an inquisitor. This also works for it works for the eye switch on the flame protection.
Let me see. Yes, paladin everywhere. Yes, so
Rage for berserker.
yes, so fire protection and rage are now casted on the move as well, because stopping was absolutely an useless thing, and it only made you mad. So now you won't have to stop, and it will be a little bit more dynamic for you. For berserk, the very main change is sucker punch. Now the length of the distance of the sucker punch now increased 2 times. So the berserk not only punches but pushes himself forward quite a lot, which helps you to stop an ice switch from freezing a lot easier than it was previously.
I don't agree with this change.
Yes, and it's actually a very, very good move, because finally that ability will become playable. Also, after you used Sucker Punch to a target, on a target, it won't be able to run in about a second. So it'll be you will drain all the stamina, and to run you will have like 15 stamina as a minimum to run, and you won't have this minimum amount. So after a berserk hits you with Sucker Punch, be ready to die or to I don't know.
So finally, we're actually going to make the orcs a bit better. Because, I mean, we saw what... I don't know if you saw what they did, but I think everybody in Europe saw what they did on the Great Race tournament.
By the way, congrats on that tournament. Very nice. In Russia we had 2 tournaments. First was won by orcs, the second one was won by elves.
See, I thought it was going to be elf and orcs, but somehow it was elves and humans in second, which was the biggest surprise, I think, of the match. Not to mention our dwarves, who sort of abandoned in the middle of the tournament.
Oh my god.
We still love you. We need your teleports. And Gunners, we have some good news for you and the changes.
Yes, a very, very big change applied to Gunners. So first of all, let's start with bad things. You no longer shoot through the players, which means that if some of your teammates stands in front of you, you won't be able to shoot through him. And also, if you're shooting if you're shooting an enemy, all the enemies that are behind him won't be hurt.
Makes sense. It's a logical move.
It's a logical move, because everybody hates Gunners staying somewhere like 40 meters away from the control point and still applying 100% damage on everybody. It's an overpowered move, and we finally got rid of it.
And we used to, if an elf uses a mana drain, and our ally, someone just comes and runs in front of us, that's one CP gone, and our mana drain has been useless. So I think we should extend this to all the classes, make it more fair. Now, however, we might be taking this away from the dwarves, but we are giving them extra bonuses on turrets.
Not yet. Another bad thing for Gunners is we applied distance multiplier on damage they do with the gun. So if you shoot from the maximum distance, you obviously do almost no damage at all. If you are shooting a wizard from 40 meters distance, that means that Ice Witch will be able to comfortably freeze and not die. But your damage is increased in case you put your gun closer to your enemy. So the closer you are, the bigger damage is.
So no more running in front of the turrets.
Yes,
that wasn't a good idea to start off with.
Yep, and as a bonus, we have increased the speed of gun building 3 times. So now the gun builds 3 times faster than it was. And actually, that's a very, very good thing, because a gunner now can like instantly construct a gun and start firing, not somewhere from behind, but just where he's mostly needed. And maybe we will carry Gunners a bit closer to the main point of interest, because that's the whole point of this change. We want Gunners to be closer to the battle, not far.
Well, it makes sense. Is there anything else we're doing with the Gunners?
No, no more shooting through players. No more. So the longer the distance, the less damage is, and yeah, faster. The gun constructs faster.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. And for the orcs, so what we got the sucker punch where they kick further and it takes your
Extended,
stamina.
yes, extended distance for sucker punch, like it twice more now.
Rage skill. You can do it while running.
While walking, not running. While
Oh, okay.
walking.
I'm gonna have to edit that. Sorry, Russian is not my first language. I make mistakes.
No, not on sprint, but when you just walk, you no longer have to stop to cast rage.
Okay. What about tank? There's changes to the chain skill, isn't there?
Yes, and it's a very major change for the chain skill, because previously you had a precast. So not a precast, you had an instant cast with shot delay. So you press the button, then you had shot delay, and after that was the cast itself. So you had to wait for like half a second. Now we made it with precast, so that the all amount of time is the same, but the mechanics now, you press the button and your tank makes a precast first, so he grabs the chain and starts to like rolling it in the air. How you call it?
So swing. I don't know. We don't have words for that in English. We're not
really?
cowboys. Maybe in the US they do, but
Yes, he does something like
he swings it in the
like
air.
this, yeah. And it was the precast, and when he is in that channeling position, when you click left mouse button, he will instantly cast it. So that's a new mechanics. It's much simpler now, and we hope that chain will be even more applicable in a battle for players who only start playing Panzer. And that's it with tanks.
Is there something we were talking about that they wouldn't be able to cast if they wouldn't be able to cast the chain through an object?
Yes, another change, but it's a major change. We've opened up cryogen physics a bit and fixed the chain. So now physics will analyze where you drag your opponent, and now it will be impossible to drag an enemy into an object, inside of a geometry of some object. So that's a major fix.
The question about running or walking while casting spells?
Yes, running or walking, I'll repeat, Paladin now casts powders while walking, doesn't have to stop.
It's all while walking.
Yes, while walking. Then Ice Witch casts fire protection while walking, doesn't have to stop. Inquisitor casts Wolf Eyes while walking, doesn't have to stop. Berserk casts Rage while walking, and that's it.
The guys from Poland asking, are you British or Americans?
Guys from Poland? No, I'm totally Russian, and this lady next to me,
I don't know what
she says she's Irish, but
I'm a spy.
yeah, but she's most probably a spy from many countries.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Yes, and I prefer to be alive, so.
They're afraid of me.
И еще,
No one messes with
еще
Queen
один
Bee.
парень пишет, я нифига не понимаю, скорлупки за всю фигню.
So
I didn't get that one.
another major change is with an Inquisitor. So first change for the Inquisitor, he no longer has to stop while casting Wolf Eyes, and another major change is we have changed Fetters mechanics. It will be now the same as chain. That means that first, previously you pressed the button, you waited for a precast, and then he casted it himself. So there was a cast delay that you had to get used to, but now you will click a button, he will do precast for you, and will stay in channeling positions, like holding his swords, like I can't show it to you.
Yes, please do show us.
In a special animation, and when you click left mouse button, he will cast it instantly, like Railgun in Quake 3. but with precast. So chain and fetters now will have the same mechanics with precast and instant cast. That's a very dynamic thing, and you will like it. Trust me, it's very.
На русском языке скажи, что этот же стрим вчера был на сайте России.
Да, и для тех, кто смотрит нас сейчас, этот же стрим был вчера на канале Panzar Dev. Там мы с Ариорхом рассказывали про эти изменения, еще и показывали, поэтому посмотрите на нашем русском канале, вы это увидите.
Все подробности можно найти на сайте в ближайшие пару часов. В текстовом виде и виде.
Да, все подробности на сайте в ближайшие пару часов. Sorry, that was for the Russian guys who
did not understand that this happened yesterday in Russian. And also saying that there will be a summary coming up in Russian on the website, which I will be working on and have with you by tomorrow for all the European server players.
Yeah, and the last ability thing that worth mentioning is we have slowed down a cast of an instant freeze. So now Frost Witch will cast instant freeze 2 times slower than previously, so it now will be like and it will and she will have a special particle effect on her chakram. Yes, chakrams on one of her chakrams, so you can more easily see her. And tanks will have more opportunities to open shield. So yeah, a little nerf for instance freeze. So that basically covers all, and maybe, I don't know, I can't show it to you currently, but there will be a wheel of 4 gods. So basically we will release a roulette in menu, so each day each day you connect to Panzar, you will have a free stone of energy, and you can use this stone of energy to roll a wheel of 4 gods and win some free prize. It may be some bunch of experience or some resources, and the longer you play it, the cooler are the prizes. In the end, you can even win crystals, runes, and amulets. So wait till you see it.
I have one last question. Do you know when the next PvE map? Is there going to be a next PvE?
Yes, it is. It will be totally different map, as big as the current one, and with totally different NPCs, totally different scenario, and it's currently in work, so not in patch 34, not.
As the epics will not be in patch 34, people
unfortunately,
read it properly and stop asking me.
Yes, epic weapons won't go to patch 34, unfortunately.
We're giving you a new map, Mines of Cromhome, with the translation which will be available in English in 2 weeks, but you can always go on the Panzar Dev YouTube channel to check it out.
Yes, a lot of delays and stoppages removed from a lot of abilities. Running no longer consumes energy. You can run now permanently if you wanted to, and a wheel of 4 gods will be included to patch 34. I think that's it.
So what we have coming for you basically is a faster and more efficient Panzer.
Faster, harder.
Faster and harder. Who doesn't want that in life?
Yes, more efficient and interesting Panzer with a lot of free prizes. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, now I'm going to release you because now I'm going to talk about patch 33.7. So that was KillReal. You can see him sometimes in the forum, and when I have questions I go over and ask him. So thank you very much for coming on this stream.
Bye.
Have a good day. Now he has to go back to boring things which include scripts. But scripts are what make Panzer, so in the meantime, you get me, and it's time to talk about patch 33.7, which made you all very, very happy. It also made me very, very happy to read all your comments, of course. Let's see if there's any new questions on there that Visodrix would have not notified me of. Armada is a cherry on the top of a cake. I don't know what cake you're eating, but why not? Maybe Napoleon. There doesn't seem to be anything useful yet on the questions. I'll have Visodrix continuing to sort of check that out. And so, after 33.7 was put on the system today, number one, don't forget to update your game client before you play the tournament. Very, very important. And so what has happened? Let's go over basically the content of this 33.7. So number one, changes to premium accounts. Bonuses for people with premium accounts are improved. And they depend entirely on your character. So this means that the more you level up, the more bonuses you get. Okay, so your aim should be to get to level 30 and come and play in some tournaments, and maybe eventually I'll come and visit one of the teams. But yeah, basically get premium, level up, get more bonuses. And this obviously will tie in with crafting and upgrading system changes, which are also on this patch. So let's come back to battle value. There's a lot of questions about how battle value works and what happened today. I lost all my battle value. I lost 1,000. I lost this. It's not the same. And I'm full stuff and I have all the amulets. And where is all my battle value gone? No one reads the forum, do you? I don't know why I do any work sometimes. Or not only the forum, but no one reads the website, no one reads Steam. So basically, yes, your battle value has changed. Every single one of your characters, and the characters of all your friends, have a lower battle value. Why? Because we changed the battle value, and so when we're rebalancing all of this, we had to reset the battle value of all the players to a baseline to make it fair. And obviously over the next few days it's going to work itself out and everything will fall naturally into order. The good players will have good battle values, the bad players will have, well, the not so very good players will have lower battle values. What has changed? What have we changed in the mechanics of the battle value? So it no longer calculates the skills that were learned by a character. Before, this was part of the equation. The level, we've decreased how the skills, just having skills influences your battle value, and what we have increased is the importance of the level on the battle value. Also, items, amulets, and upgrades will not affect your battle value as much as before. All of this can be seen in two ways. It can be, for example, mostly I'm guessing the items, amulets, and upgrades may not be seen in the best way for some of the players, but we have to imagine that there's been quite a few issues with sort of grouping and having differences in battle value, and with resetting at the baseline, the chances are you'll have a lot less trouble getting into groups with your friends. And come on, that's the best way to play Panzer, because at least you can talk to them. Especially, there's also my TS, which is available for everybody who wants to play Panzer and communicate with their friends and they don't maybe have a voice chat system. So the link is on the forum. We invite you to come along, hang out, you can ask me questions. And there's a few different languages on there. There's Polish, English, French, and some of the clans have put their teams in there, so please come along, visit us on TeamSpeak. General changes. Okay, let's start with the festive ones. We've added some hats for the 9th of May. Why the 9th of May? Now this is a Russian thing, so if you're not from Russia or from Eastern Europe, you're probably not going to understand this. But the 9th of May is basically, if I understand correctly, the war finished on the 8th of May in Western Europe, and on the Eastern Front it finished on the 9th of May. It also may be slightly linked to time differences because we are ahead of you. For example, right now it is 20 minutes to 6 o'clock, whereas with you it's only 20 minutes to 4, and if you're watching this stream, I congratulate you for doing nothing on a Wednesday afternoon. Hello, Happy Bunny. People are poking me on TS. It's not helping my live stream. Okay, general changes. So we've got the festive hats. Go and get your hats. We have also deleted wood from the gold nugget recipe, so you no longer need wood to forge the secondary resource gold. If you don't have a premium account, from level 10 to level 30, it is going to be longer for you to level up. Changes, there have been changes made to all the recipes, to the resources required for recipes. And the crafting and process was adjusted accordingly. So we've put changes to craft time, changes to upgrade time, to the price of upgrades. You'll also know there are modification in the amount of gold you're receiving at the moment, potentially. Equipment parameters have been changed, as have upgrade parameters. Resources to forge your amulets have also been increased. Now this will not affect your battle value. And finally, mystical stones, unfortunately, will no longer be convertible to pots. I know you're not happy about this. There's not really much I can say to make you feel better about this. So instead, we had a post from player Oni this morning about these changes. Let's just say he wasn't very happy. So I decided to use this as a basis to sort of go over some of the changes and maybe what you didn't understand. So let me bring out my documents. I've reformulated his questions to sort of summarize it in the most clear way possible. So he starts off with, my Ice Mage has now got lower battle value. So yes, we have reviewed the battle value parameters and baseline, and so everybody's battle value has been reset. This is okay. He asks, is there a maximum battle value? Because now he's obviously further away because his battle value is lower. So, there isn't. I actually went to Dima Arioja, our head developer. The only reason he wasn't on the stream is because he doesn't want to speak English. Well, he doesn't want to speak English in public on a video, which a lot of you will understand. It's not easy to speak a second language in public. So, there is no maximum battle value, because once you're full stuff and you have all the amulets and you have everything, then it's entirely also dependent on how you play. This is why we had some players with some crazy battle values up way over 6,000, because battle value is calculated on your player stats, when you win, when you lose. So if you always win and you're always in the top 3, your battle value is going to increase exponentially. As if you always lose, it will go down. Amulets. Yeah. They're 3 times more expensive. So what can I say? We want you to spend more time in the game working on your amulets. Come add me. I'm here during the day. I'd be happy to play with you. I wish I had some vodka today. But unfortunately we ran out yesterday after we finished planning how we were going to destroy the world. Pricing policy from Panzar is not good. So it was a question about pricing policy from Auna. For new players, how is pricing policy going to affect new players? As you see, the premium changes to premium. If you're not, the changes only really start from level 10 to 30, so you can still come level 1 to 10 and you will experience the game and see if you like it or not. It's not going to really affect the new players. Will these changes bring us more players? What can I answer to that? What do you want us to say? No! We made all these changes so all our players would go away. Then we'd have a lot less work. It would be fantastic. That makes absolutely no sense, and I answer this question regularly. So when we do these changes, of course we hope they will bring us new players. Now, if you've played any other game, if you play games, you know that in this industry, player bases, the groups of players, they're very fluid. They're never always the same. They change. You have some players leave, some players find different games, some players come, depending on how you change and how you modify the game. So yes, some players will leave, but others will come. And we really love our game. We're a small little studio, and everybody here cares a lot about Panzar, and we still believe there are a lot of people that have not been conquered by how absolutely amazing Panzar is, and they will. Advertising. How do you want to advertise with our item shop? Okay, this is the last time I'm going to talk about advertising. Tired of it. Again, yes, I get tired of things pretty quickly, and knowing my character, and you all know, I'll just ban you. Just kidding. I don't ban everybody. Only people who beat me. When we're ready to divert funds into advertising, we will. And the players who come to the game through this advertising, well, they will come to the game and they will appreciate the item shop. It's that simple. If they didn't like it, they wouldn't stay. Pay to win. Show me, please find me someone who's going to say pay to win is fantastic. We all want free stuff. Of course, I want everything to be free. I live in Moscow. It's really expensive. It would be great if everything was free, but come on, let's get real. This is life. Nothing is free. So every day, every year, every second, there will be someone saying pay to win sucks. It's life. Matchmaking. Okay, players will complain about matchmaking. Matchmaking is seriously so much faster than it was 3 months ago now. Now, I'm not sure, but I do remember those moments where I'd wait for over 20 minutes for a match. Now 1 minute feels long, and 3 minutes feels really long for me. So matchmaking is a lot faster. Now, what we're going to start doing now, and we are already doing it, is we are trying to perfect the game balance. So this is the hardest thing, because it's tweaking these tiny little things. Okay, so we're nearly at the end of these questions. Let me just check if we've got any useful comments. When I say useful, I mean comments that are not from exclusive. If we add new maps to Panzar, this is from Rafael Maxwell. Yes, we're adding Mines of Cromholm with update 34, and we're working on a PvE map. Is there... I don't know if I'm especially stupid. A sucker punch, stop. A power attack. It's too late. He's gone. I can add that. I can put that on the forum. Battle value is, this is from Pampon. He is one of the French gunners. You've probably played against him. So is battle value calculated in the same way for support and attack? No, because they're not the same actions. So there are specific calculations for the support characters and specific calculations for the attack characters. So if you're playing support and you run around trying to, if you play an Ice Witch and you run around trying to play like a Berserker, you're not going to get a lot of points in the game, and therefore your battle value will be affected. Now, if you are a Berserker who plays like a Berserker, then you should be compensated if you play well. Finally, I can't really see any other questions, guys. If you're on TeamSpeak, just poke me and maybe I missed them. Finally, oh, okay. Why isn't Panzar reacting? Why? It's the international political situation, and it's the crisis from 2008. It's global warming. Why isn't Panzar reacting? We have these questions again. Guys, if we weren't reacting, you wouldn't be getting any patches. You wouldn't be getting any live streams. You wouldn't be getting answers on the forum. You wouldn't be able to talk to me. This is how Panzar reacts. Now, the reality is that in a game studio, there are many, many factors that players can't see that enter into our calculations regarding, for example, how many players play, who plays what, who plays when, what are the, like, when do, if and when do people stop playing, when do they decide this game isn't suitable for me anymore. All of these calculations are computed into every change we make. So it's very hard sometimes to explain some of these changes to you because there's such a crazy complicated world that there are no words to actually describe everything that's happening. So I just want you guys to keep in mind that when you see a change, you see it from your character or your account's point of view. Now, if you imagine it, for example, just changing the gunner, the turrets, building turrets 3 times faster, gunners are going to love this. A lot of other classes are going to hate this. And so everything depends on perspective. We really do care what's happening in Panzar, and we are reacting. So you can come, you can contact us. We hope the changes we're making will make this game better, and we hope you will be with us in the future. And talking about the future, we can also talk about the present. We have 2 players who have joined the team of moderators on the forum. They will be helping us with the German forum. Now, these guys are pretty famous, so I would like you to welcome Happy Bunny and Shefe to the moderator team. They will be working alongside Eagle Jim, Carnera, White Wolves, Hun Hammer, and Paul El Grande and Toron Tontero when he is here. So, Happy Bunny and Shefe, I am very happy to have you on the team. I wish you good luck in the tournament tonight. I wish you good luck with all the translation, and I hope the German community will come back and will respond to this. Guys, you're awesome. All my moderators are awesome, and all the players. So please come and join me in Panzar. Come and join me on TeamSpeak. Contact me on the forum. Usually I'll answer. Unless you're flaming all the time. In that case, I'll ban you. But as a general rule, I'm actually a pretty cool European CM. So, in conclusion, a 50-minute stream with Queen Bee and KillReal, who was here earlier on. Thank you guys for watching. Share it with your friends and have an awesome tournament tonight. This is Queen Bee. It's Moscow on the 7th of May, and it has been snowing here again. Wish me luck.